Fuck. What is going on? What is going on, people? Tonight we're going to have an important conversation. And tomorrow there will be another YouTube training in the corporate toolbox. So all of the folks who there seems to be a glitch with Thinkific. It isn't working like it works, so we'll solve that tomorrow. Also, have you done all of the training in the corporate toolbox? Because I got a lot of people who are kind of picking and choosing what they want to do, the most exciting stuff, and ignoring the fundamental stuff. And that's not good. That's not good. So let's go ahead and put this under there. All right. So one of the things I want to discuss tonight is, have you made the decision to become a hunter? One of the things that is happening right now, because I was out doing some errands today, and I noticed that Christmas is going on as scheduled. These people out here don't act like there's no pandemic. They're still spending money. They're still doing certain things. They're still out here living their life. And one of the things you have to ask yourself is, are you in this thing to win it or not? This is one of the things that is funny. Because whenever I do one of these conversations talking about you got to do some stuff, I don't really get that many views. I consistently notice that. But I'm going to keep having these conversations because for the people who need to learn this stuff, for the people who need to get this information, we're going to have these conversations. So one of the things is, are you a hunter or you prey? How many of you have made the decision to become a hunter? I mean, seriously, how many folks here have decided to become hunters? How many folks here have decided to execute and become that hunter? How many folks? Because essentially, I'm going to tell you what happened to me. Years and years ago, I was in that boarding house. I was not living well. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a car. My credit was bad. And I didn't really make a decision to be a hunter for about maybe 2 years. I was just living this regular life. I was just out here doing certain things, and I hadn't made the decision to be successful. I did not make that decision. I was just out here living. I was just out, because one of the things is I didn't even know that I had to make a decision. I wasn't even aware that I had to make a decision. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully you heal up really quickly. When I was in that situation, I didn't know what I didn't know. You know, I didn't have an understanding of the things that went into making a business, starting a business, getting a business going. And one of the things that I had to learn how to hunt. And if you're not making that decision to become a hunter, you know, if you're one of the people who are fortunate enough to keep their job and your life isn't really going to change that much, that's cool. But if you're one of the people who has fallen off, you gotta be looking out for that. John Smith, thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. This is pretty much the thing, Pody. Either you make your own decisions or someone else will make them for you. Usually won't be in your best interest. 100% there. 100%. Wow. Sorry to hear that, Junie. Really am. That's interesting. I think there's a glitch with Thinkific, but I will look into that tomorrow. But I want you guys to think, how many folks have decided to be hunters? I mean, seriously. Like, I'm going to tell you what I went through to get here. And I think my hunting skill sets came out when I was in the storage auction business, because it was a raw, unfiltered marketplace where your money was bigger than their money. You got the unit, they didn't get the unit. You know, it was reality. You know, it was reality. And one of the things that I got into, because in the beginning, when I first started in the storage auction business, I wasn't really doing that well. And this is where the fighter instinct came out. This is where I actually started to dig deep, because I was going out and I was buying all of these trash units, crappy units, and something in me just got activated, because I was just like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm going to start. I want a pretty unit, because essentially once you get in the storage auction business, there's these units that are, you know, neatly packed. They're clean. There's no odors. There's no roaches or nothing like that. I want a pretty unit, right? And I remember you wild, Steve Jameson. You're wild. one of the things that I began to understand was that no one was going to save me. No one was going to hold my hand. No one was going to help me. Pretty much. And I remember the first day that I started to compete. Because at that point, I wasn't competing. I was just out there like everyone else, looking for units and stuff. I wasn't competing. What's going on, Wayman, thank you for the $2 super chat. Royston Gibbs, thank you for the $15 super chat. Coastal Designer, thank you for the $20 super chat. I'm being hunted by the money. I just can't shake it. Once you start making money, it becomes an addiction. It really does. And one of the things that I learned, because I remember the day, it was in June. It was a hot day. We were up in Cobb County, and I had $1,500 on me. And I hadn't bought anything all day. And then this unit that came up, because one of the things I began to understand is I noticed the people who always had money bought a certain type of unit. And this unit popped up. It like literally, they rose up the door and stuff was falling out and everything. And I started bidding. And when it got past 500, my heart started beating. My heart started beating because I had never spent this much money on a unit before. And I got the unit for $670. And they said it was a 10 by 20. It was not a 10 by 20. It was a 10 by 30. And me and my partner, we were going through it. And the first 10 feet was nothing spectacular, just regular household stuff. But man, when we got to the middle of that bad boy, there was a bedroom set that I was able to sell for $1,200. So got my $670 back plus a profit off that one sale. And then there was 2 other bedroom sets, and there was a washer and dryer, there was a refrigerator, there was a stove, and in the back there was a go-kart. And there was, essentially my $670 turned to $8,000. And I was like, this is why they keep buying these kind of units. And I started to buy those kind of units consistently. Yeah, I'm getting addicted to these daily deposits from eBay. My sales are up 241%. Anthony Johnson. Essentially, if you're a hunter, there's money to be made. Because right now, let's say 10% of the population doesn't have a job. That means 90% of the people are still working, still spending money. So Anthony Johnson, congratulations. And remember, since you have an eBay business, you've got massive tax write-offs. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. So I bought that first unit, and that really transformed me, man. I became a different kind of person because, first of all, I had more money to spend, and I got to the point where, unless it was a garbage unit, because I had buying profiles. This is all in my book, Making Money A to Z with Self-Storage Auctions. And I would buy units based upon a profile, and if it fell outside the parameter of those profiles, I wouldn't buy it. And this is where I learned to be competitive. And this is where I became an asshole. One of the things that happened when I was out there was I would run across people who would just like bid me up on GP, right? And one of the things that I started to do was go after people. And this is where I became a wolf. This is when I really became courageous, so to speak. This is where I really got my game on, because I started to punish people for bidding against me. And I had a long memory, and I would just literally go after people, and I wouldn't just go after them for like one time. No. I would go after them for a few weeks or a few months so they can feel it. Because here's the thing, when you're a hunter, everything changes. Because see, when you're a hunter and you're running and you're going after people and you're doing your thing, your energy's different. And when people become hunted, their energy changes. You have to Google that information. I know you can only write off so much of charities. There's a limit. You just can't donate a whole bunch. Nothing like seeing the variety of deposits in your account, even if they're smaller deposits. That's like more quarters for your arcane gay life, pretty much. Because essentially, when I got into the mode of being a serious hunter and going after people and punishing people, Ron's, that's how it went. I increased my advertising budget, spend more sales. Hey, that's how it's done. Thanks for the $5 super chat. So I started to punish people, and I developed a reputation for being an asshole. It's like, you bid against him, he's going to come after you. And I like the feeling of being a hunter, because when I became a hunter, I became a predator. When I would go after people, this got me way more respect, because I would show up and people would start cussing, and people like, man, I remember this one dude was like, yo, Glendon, I don't want no shit out of you today. And I was like, I don't want no shit out of you. And everybody laughed, right? And it was back to business to usual. Extraordinary. GC, how do unsmart people get rich? Or do you have to be smart to get rich? No, you don't have to be smart to get rich. You have to be consistent, diligent, and on your job. There are plenty of folks who are not brilliant, who are rich, but they're consistent. Becoming rich is a behavior. It's not about smarts, because there's plenty of people with PhD brains who are broke right now. It's broke. All right, Howard Cooper. I'm getting ready to write a book for Savage Finance. And that's going to come out next year. Wayman Brown. Ironically, I was just writing some new content about the need to be in warrior mode. Make them pay for fucking with you. Modern man does not have many opportunities to be in his primal state. I'm going to agree with that, because when I got into the storage auction game and I became an apex predator, when I would drive up to the auction and I would look at cars and I was like, I owe him, I owe him, I owe her. And then I would go straight up into wolf mode. And soon as something nice came up, yep, 100, 200, 300, I wouldn't even pause. Boom, 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 800, 900, 1,000. Yep. Just pushing them to the brinks. And one of the things is, when you become an apex predator and when you start hunting people, you start to see weakness. Because I remember this one dude, it was a hot day, and he had been messing with me, and this was about my 3rd month of running him up. And dude, literally, he got that look on his face, and he's like, dude, you gonna do this today? I was like, absolutely. And I saw that this man was beaten. He was beaten. He just stopped bidding and just stopped. He ain't bid no more. When I bid, he didn't open up his mouth. The whole time I was out of the storage, when I bid, he did not open up his mouth. Because when you punish people, that has more effect when they hurt. Because I was hurting people. I was hurting people's pockets. I remember this one chick, she had a store, and I made her spend $10,000 that day. And then at the end of that $10,000, she left. And I was like, that's her budget. Oh man, I made her use her budget. And then the next time she came out, she wasn't bidding against me. I mean, one of the things that I would do was I would just punish people. I would be relentless, and I would be consistent with it. And this is why when you become a warrior, when you become a hunter, the game changes. The game totally changes. Barry West was in California. I was in Georgia. Never saw the dude. But one of the things that I want to talk about is the mental shift, because I mean, I'm gonna be real. There was some days I was bidding against people with money I didn't even have. I was so on program that I was bidding. Like one time I bid $2,000 on this unit. I only had 1,800 on me, and the person went, "Yep." And I stopped. I was like, "Woo, saved." Because, I've never got caught. And I don't know what happens if you bid on a unit and you don't have the money. I don't know what happens. That never got caught. I never got caught. Jerome Carter, get in the corporate toolbox. And when I have what's called open forum, you can ask me that question. Because that's not we got to have a conversation. I got to ask you some questions. You got to give me some more data before I can answer that question. But one of the things that would happen is this was a byproduct of me becoming a hunter. I noticed that my personal life also went up because I was becoming more successful professionally, and then my personal life took a whole new level. Oh, for those of you who are looking for more disruptive male content, there is a new video talking about the bottom B on OnlyFans. It's a good one. It's a good one. All right. For those of you in the corporate toolbox, every Thursday I do something that's called Open Forum, 3 p.m. If you want to have these questions, you need to be there. You need to ask the questions there because that's what it's for. Yeah, the open forum, it'll be this Thursday at 3 p.m. Like the storage auction game has changed. They're doing mostly online auctions. Anthony Johnson, that's how it's been on the Facebook marketplace lately. I've been offering half price, and if they accept, then I go cop. I bought most of the deals in my area, and beyond the next deal is like 50 minutes. Anthony, I keep telling people this. I keep telling people, if you sit on Craigslist, if you sit on Facebook Marketplace, and you go ahead and make 50% offers, people are hurting. Folks need money. They need that money. Wolf mode. Wolf mode. Go ahead. Be relentless. Be ruthless with that. That's how I was in the storage auction, man. I would like come out, and after a day, I remember one day where I literally ran up everybody. I didn't even buy anything, but we were fully stocked. So I was just out for fun and games. And I remember the auctioneer, and he came up to me because before he went off, he said, "You enjoy doing this, don't you?" I said, "I love it. I absolutely love it." He said, "I could tell. You get off on this. You get off on this. And when you're around, we make more money." I had more than one auctioneer tell me that, because there was this dude who would come out on the weekends because U-Haul had their auctions, and Sam Yang, and no one would have bid against him, and I would bid against him because you couldn't get anything nice with his ass around. I'm like, okay, fine. If I want something nice, I'm going to have to pay for it. And then my thought process was, I'm going to make him pay for it. And I made him pay a lot of money for a garbage unit. Engineer life skills. Punishing folks feels good. I find most only do a little annoying things as payback. People back off real quick when you start crushing souls. Yes. I remember, and I've told this story before, I had a racist out there who came up to me. Bobby was like, "You don't bid against me, I won't bid against you." He came up, he made me the deal because I was breaking my foot off up in his ass financially. And this is one of the things I keep putting out, and I keep saying, you got to get your money right. You got to get your money right, because money, Wu-Tang, cash rules everything around me. It just does. and I would just consistently be in wolf mode. And when I got in wolf mode, and not only just in wolf mode for the auctions, I got in wolf mode for the marketing and advertising. I used to do 100 ads a day on Craigslist, whether I went to auctions or not. I would wake up early in the morning. I would go ahead and get my ads listed, because back in the day, Craigslist worked a little differently than it works today. Because essentially, Craigslist would send you an email and you would click the link to make your listing go live. And I would go ahead and hit up 100, take me about an hour, hour and a half. And then later on, I had a Verizon Air card in my laptop. So I'd be at the auction, because, auctions were like on or off. There was a lot of waiting around because the auctioneer had to get the paperwork and stuff together. So I'd be at my car listing auctions. So I was relentless with the acquisition of my merchandise, and I was relentless with my marketing, because I went in wolf mode. Because this is something I still do to this day. People would email me, I would throw them on my email list. And, I got a lot of people who are like, man, stop emailing me, man, on the Hustlers Kung Fu list. And I'm like, relentless, because some of those people have turned around and bought something later on after they said, take me off the list. Yep, cream, cream, cream. Money, power, respect. Because this is why I want you guys, because this 2020 has 2 weeks in a day. 2 weeks and 2 days left, and 2020 is going to be a wrap. And 2021 is going, just depending upon if the Democrats get the state of Georgia and take control of the Senate, you will see the mother of all stimulus packages, which is just going to prolong the pain. It's just going to move stuff that should have happened in 2021. It's going to happen in 2022. And even with all of this carnage, even with all of these people hurting, there is still massive opportunity for those who want to win. For those who want to win. For those who want to win. For those who want to do the work. For those who want to go out there and get it. For those who want to hustle hard. For those who want to, it's out there. You can get money in this economy if you hustle. I don't care about COVID. Like, these folks are spending money like Christmas has not been canceled. Christmas has not been canceled. I mean, people are at the malls. Like this shirt I ordered off eBay, and I had to wait an additional, because it should have been here like Wednesday. I just got it today because people are shopping. People are spending money. If you have an eBay store, you should know this. People are spending money. 2021 will either be good or be bad, depending upon the decisions that you make right now. That's going to determine if your 2021 is going to be good or bad. That's it, Rons. Produce. Wealth is the foundation of political and economic sovereignty. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Because, you got a choice here. Either you could become an apex predator and start stalking, because one of the things I'm getting ready to do with Savage Finance, I'm getting ready to change up the content, because one of the things is with YouTube, in my opinion, chooses and picks winners and losers. Because I'll look at the information that someone will put out, because there's one video this guy put out, and I actually sat down and it's like, really? I put out a way better video about similar topics. And, it's like, you got to have the look. You got to have the vibe, because essentially in the personal finance space, it isn't about your information. It's about your presentation, and it's how you look. Because there's one guy, and he's a tall, slim dude, blonde. He's blue-eyed, like he has red hair, and he's really not giving good information. And he was on a podcast where he talked about, these videos do well, but I don't like making them. And I was just sitting there like, I just feel that YouTube picks and chooses winners. And one of the things is there's a racial demographic, because I have yet to see someone black get to the top of YouTube the way that some of these white dudes get, And I mean, it's just like, because when you go ahead and look at the content, and I'm like, there's this one guy, his content, there ain't nothing special about it. I'm just like, he's got like 3 million subscribers, and there ain't nothing special about it. I just feel that YouTube picks certain people. You're blessed, and there are a few black YouTubers who have been blessed, but overwhelmingly, when you look at the content, because, I'm just saying this because, I'm getting ready to do something totally different. I'm getting ready to go in a different direction with Savage Finance. It isn't about the advice. And also, part of that is what people want. And people really don't want to hear that you need to buckle down. You need to do the right thing. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, man. They don't really want to hear that, because I'm going to release my second Forex video tomorrow. And I have a feeling that the channel is going to completely change once I get to about 7 to 8 Forex videos. And I have yet to start trading Forex and I had to take some time off. I had to take some time off this weekend because I was like, it was, man, people spending like crackheads. All my old listings from years ago starting to sell and sell off. And yep, because you out there, man. You out there. Congratulations. Pretty much, Rainy Woman. Pretty much. You got to make a decision to be an apex predator, or you're going to be food. Engineer life skills. Sales through the roof right now. Rona culled the business herd. Only a few people to buy from now. So Rona took out the weak people. All right, all right. Well, they got to get the Senate. The Democrats got to get the Senate. If they don't get the Senate, you will not see Wi-Fi is racist. I mean, I understand. I don't know if it's the demographic, but I just see, because I watch these financial education videos, and I'm just like, why is this video getting so many views? It's garbage. Like, one of the things, I did a video talking about the lie that is passive income. That's a very popular topic on YouTube. And the reality is, unless you have a lot of money to buy assets, your passive income ain't going to be nothing to talk about. It just ain't. Just the reality of it. Your passive income ain't going to be nothing to talk about. I was talking to my uncle who's an accountant in Huntsville, Alabama, and he was in shock how I planned on setting up my corporate citizenship to Huntsville. Like, I'm telling you, man, they ain't ready. They ain't ready. Because this kind of corporate game is played by companies that do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million a year. They ain't Coastal Designer. They ain't ready for average folk playing the game like that. They ain't ready. They ain't ready. Congratulations. Yeah, I mean, it's just funny. Because, like, take Omni and the Hellcat. Omni and the Hellcat, his upload schedule has been dramatically reduced, and it is showing up in his subs and views. There's like, Google this guy, Talking Kitty videos. It's a little black cat, and this guy with a beard. This guy killed himself about 7-8 months ago, right? His channel is still getting a lot of views, even though he ain't putting up no content. It's very interesting. Yes, YouTube does some steering. I mean, it's just like, I'm just sitting here like, I will see someone who has no business acumen, never started a business. They would start a business YouTube channel and blow up, even though they don't know nothing about no business. It just cracks me up. Ballot stuff and TikTok, really? I'm not ready to go do the TikTok thing just yet. People want to hear what they want to hear, pretty much. Oh, absolutely, Anthony Johnson. When he was stunned and flexing hard, he was growing like crazy. And he even did a video where he says, I don't have the money, and he can't flex and stunt like that. And views went down. It's kind of funny. A lot of black YouTubers have content for predominantly black viewers, but basically caps their viewership numbers. You have to have a big tent if you want a big audience. JB, well, we gonna see, because my content on Savage Finance isn't for black viewers. It's for anyone. So we will see, because Savage Finance will be a year old in February, and we're gonna see what happens at the year mark. Because Savage Finance is for anyone. I'm wearing button-down shirt. Some videos, I'm in a button-down shirt and tie. I'm not talking about hip hop. I'm not talking, and unlike Boyce Watkins, I don't talk about race issues on Savage Finance. So, and I have seen some other black YouTubers who have that big tent that you talk about, and they're just not doing that well. Your paycheck and any money that your company gives you is a write-off. All right, here is Burden. You know, it's just very, very frustrating. It really is. We will see. Most people prefer entertainment over education. Entertainment allows you to be passive, but education requires application. This is true. This is very, very true. People love the dream, not the reality. That is truth. That is truth right there. You know, it's funny. We will see. I'm not really recommending cold calling right now, because you want to do content marketing, because cold calling is really, really hard today, because like on my phone, when someone's cold calling me, it says this could be a spam or junk call. So it's getting harder and harder to cold call. I would recommend a content inbound strategy. You know, I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff. Nope. 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 Forex will not confuse the algorithm at all. There's a lot of people looking for Forex information. IG does the same. You see people, nothing special, and they're over 100K. Pretty much. YouTube is becoming Disney, because this is one of the reasons that I had to start an OnlyFans page to do content, because I do it on YouTube. YouTube's going to remove my thumbnail. I mean, it's become really bad. Lately, I've been able to relate to fewer and fewer people chatting with folks. It's always something I look forward to. That's good. That's good. We will see. Instagram got called out for pushing white women. Like YouTube, like a girl can do a video call, dick appointment, and nothing will happen. If I do a video like that, I'm going to have my thumbnail removed, and the video is going to be flagged for age. I bet you they are. I bet you the professional cuddlers are making money. My biggest issue with Omni is the fact that he plays into the hood black culture. Has a rap song, dropped N-words, but he's Hispanic. So basically black folks in their culture. Pretty much, a lot of people have used black culture to get rich. After years of hustling backwards, owning a brick and mortar that I realized was a waste. I got my LLC today, got a small stimulus payment. If you can't beat them, join them. Yeah, because essentially having a brick and mortar without a strong online presence it is a slow death. Because, when I got out of my brick and mortar, I had two showrooms and closed. We shut both of them down, broke the lease and moved everything to the warehouse, and boom, print money. The ghost of Christmas past. That's funny. Hey, that's what I love to do. I love to do. I love to teach. Cammy, I love to teach. Who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah, a lot of people like to live vicariously because, I've been rethinking my strategy about showing off the Porsche and stuff because that brings a bunch of looky-loos, not people who actually want to do anything. So we will see. Oh yeah, I'm going to step up my Instagram game a little bit. Who knows, Steve Jameson? Who knows? Robert. What? That's crazy, man. Jakeem Javelin, that's crazy. Yeah, the brick and mortar, that can be very costly. We will see. Omega Curry, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. The girl who literally sucks on doorknobs has thousands of followers. I make handcrafted leather. It's a wild thing what takes off on YouTube and what doesn't. Yep, the holding company works in Canada. We will see if it's the beginning of Skynet, because I'm getting ready to start doing some stuff differently. So I'm going to see what that does, because as a content creator, and I'm venting a little bit, when I see a video that I know that if people saw and took action, their life would get better, not to get any views, and then I see some crap by somebody like this got me all up in my feelings. Right now, there's a few couples who are making how to flip furniture videos. On this channel, I have dozens of videos talking about flipping furniture, selling stuff on Craigslist, no views. These views are taking off. There's one guy, and I don't hate the guy because, his goal is mission resale. He wants to flip 500 to $1 million, and the channel is blowing up. And he's just literally talking about something that I used to talk about. I'm like, what the hell? And then there's another guy who does storage auctions. And I'm just sitting there like, it's funny. It's funny. Good Lord, man. Yeah. Your salary to the corporation is a tax deduction. Your bonus, whatever they pay you, they get to write off on their taxes. They get to write all of that off. It's all a tax deduction, man. This is why the corporate game is so cold, because I'm getting ready to do some more live training, because I'm going to redo the YouTube training, because if you don't do the thing correctly, if you lease your house the incorrect way, that can backfire on you. So I'm going to redo that training. But for everyone that's in the corporate toolbox, the training is tomorrow, 7 p.m. live. This is where you can ask questions, because one of the things, I'm keeping it Tuesdays and Thursdays, because whenever I change up stuff, people get lost. People get lost. So I'm going to keep it. That's why they're rushing to do everything before like 12, because essentially I'm going to start talking about tax strategies, but I'm going to start talking about this stuff in 2021, because right now, it's too late. Yeah, my heart is not in resale anymore. I'm not going to do any resale channels. It's just that whole thing just got me in my feelings, because this whole channel was built on resale, and these people who really are not doing it at a high level, their channels are blowing up. And I'm just sitting there like, what the hell? $125. Good Lord. That's a lot. Victor Vanzetti, we share that same opinion. I truly don't think that Graham Stephan has anything special. I think he was just chosen, because like I've listened to his content, and what pushed him over the edge was he became a millionaire very young. Now, this is something that goes crazy on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. When you have a young person in their 20s with the moniker, I'm a millionaire, they go crazy. So that's one of the things that helped him. But his advice ain't nothing special. But one of the things I'm learning, because I'm getting ready to do a Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey's been selling the same advice for 30 years, and Dave Ramsey has a net worth of $55 million. No, the stock market's a whole different game. I'm going to win. I put it in my mind I'm going to win, because I'm getting ready to switch up the content on Savage Finance a little bit. So I'm getting ready to win with the personal finance, because one of the things I've noticed is that based upon my viewership, whenever I do a video talking about credit, that goes crazy. And essentially, I just got to stay the course, because with this channel, I was talking about take you 2 to 3 years to get your business rolling. I've been doing that for years and years and years, and people are finally starting to get it. So, we're going to see. But I really do think that YouTube picks and chooses winners and losers. And it ain't nothing about, because essentially you could do exactly what Graham is doing and your channel will not take off. So I really think he was chosen. I think GS has good content, a built milk toast, but still good. Pretty much. That's what I'm beginning to see. Even with Gary Vee, his content makes you feel good, but it doesn't tell you anything new. Once again, you gotta, because essentially one of the things I'm getting ready to do, because if you notice, like for Disruptive Male, this is the outfit for Disruptive Male. Black hat, gold chain, gold bracelet. That's going to be the outfit, the costume, so to speak, for Disruptive Male. And I'm getting ready to switch up, because I went with a wide angle on Savage Finance and the views came down. So I'm getting ready to go back to this camera. Albert Johnson, it does look a little suspicious. One guy for real and someone else just guessing at it, and they get more stuff done and they don't make sense. Yeah, I'm like, because it ain't me just hating. Because essentially the information that I put on Savage Finance, if you apply it, it will change your life. This I know. I never really, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I wonder, I haven't really seen a Gary Vee video in a long time. Well, Gary Vee's game is to use us as leverage to sell to the Fortune 1000. He doesn't want our money. You're saying it's not that people don't know what the right thing to do. It's that people don't know what the right thing is. It's now making more sense than ever. Yeah, pretty much. And that came from this movie called, God, what was that movie? Confession. That was the movie. That line came from the movie Confession. And it really stood out to me. It really did. They would call a person of color angry black man for doing what Gary Vee does. That's wild. So we're going to change up the content a little bit, and we're going to keep pushing. But back to the main theme of this, because this is enough of me venting and whining, because I don't really do that often. That's kind of rare. But if you become a predator, you become a hunter. It's going to change your energy. It's going to change your life. It's going to change everything you do. Because I don't really care what happens with 2021. In my mind, I'm going to win. I put it in my mind that I'm going to win. And once again, you just got to do the work. You got to put your head down and work hard so you can win. All right, that's all I got for you guys. For those in the corporate toolbox, tomorrow we're doing a live training, 7 p.m. Be there. And for those who are not in the corporate toolbox, you can go below and get in the corporate toolbox. We have holiday pricing, so go ahead and check it out. That's it, the art of becoming more. When you focus, because this is one of the reasons that, like, when I have let me see, what is Bitcoin? I have not. Bitcoin price. Bitcoin went up. When I talk to people about focus, because it's like, why not do both? Why not have a business? Why not? Your attention is diluted, and you're just not going to get the results that if you would sit down and focus. So the art of becoming more. I'm glad that you've learned that lesson. Pretty much, Ron's. Knowledge, you become the predator. All right, Cammy. Thank you. All right. So with that, I'll see you guys later. You can get in the corporate toolbox. The link's below. Y'all have a good night. I'm about to go get me some steak. I'm about to eat. About to eat some. About to be a hungry predator. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.